Here I am Sakshi Singh and today I am going to teach you the English grammar topic, that is adjectives. So in this video I am going to complete the adjective topic, but I have also uploaded another video, so do make sure you watch it before you watch this video. So the first topic is about denominal adjectives. What are denominal adjectives? Denominal adjectives, sometimes called denominal adjectives, are adjectives derived from nouns. For example, a mathematical puzzle, a puzzle based on mathematics. Second, a biological experiment, an experiment in biology. Third, a wooden boat, a boat made of wood. So this is all about denominal adjectives. So after that, the next topic is about the proper adjectives. Proper adjectives are derived from proper nouns. They are commonly described from something in terms of nationality, religious affiliation, or culture. Like proper noun, proper adjectives have their first letter capitalized. For example, I married a Russian woman. So here R is capital in Russian. Second example, the Jewish community in New York is very large. So the Jewish community, so the J is capital. Adjectives of this type should be carefully distinguished from adjectives denoting nationalities, that is nominal adjectives. For example, denominal adjectives, the French people are noted for their wines. Nominal adjectives, the French are noted for their wines. Or denominal adjectives, the poor people are vulnerable. Nominal adjectives, the poor are getting poorer. Now let's discuss some of the more examples of denominal adjectives. First, a mathematical puzzle. Second, a biological experiment. Third, a wooden boat. Fourth, I married an American woman. Fifth, the Jewish community in New York is very big. Sixth, Mary has a collection of expensive Russian dolls. Seventh, in the winters you must wear heavy woolen clothes. Eighth, the polar bear is listed as threatened. So these are some of the examples of denominal adjectives. Now let's have a look at some of the exercises that I have inserted. The first is choose the sentences containing the denominal adjectives. So here the answer is B. We spend the evening working on our English homework. Second, A or B, which of the following sentences contain denominal adjectives? So the first part it is B, in the second it is A, and in the third it is A. So the first one is London is noted for its many museums and monuments. Second, the Japanese embassy is nearby. Third, I gave him a wooden walking stick. Third question, A, B or C, which phrase contains a denominal adjective? So the answer are C, A, A. Fourth, choose the correct denominal adjectives for each sentence. First, the sun had a cold dash gleam. So the answer will be metallic. Second, we walked along a dash pace. Answer will be leisurely. Third, he does an dash check of his mail. He does an hourly check on his mail. Now after that, the next topic is about comparing adjectives. Forming comparative adjectives as well as serving as modifying words like beautiful and big. Adjectives are also used for indicating the position on a scale of comparison. The lowest point on the scale is known as positive form. The middle point is known as the comparative form, and the highest point is known as the superlative form. Here are some examples. First, positive. This book is long. The airport is far. My mom is a good cook. Now the examples of comparative. This book is longer than that book. The airport is farther than the train station. My mom is better cook than your mom. Third, superlative. This is the longest book. This is the fastest airport. My mom is the best cook. Now after that, let's discuss the comparative form. When two objects or persons are being compared, the comparative form of the adjective is used. The comparative adjectives can be formed in two ways. First, by adding er to the positive form of the adjectives, or by adding the word more before the adjectives. For example, my essay is longer than yours. Second, she is more beautiful than her sister. So this is all about the comparative adjectives. Now after that, here are the rules for choosing and forming the right form. First, by er, words of one syllable. For example, this is a longer book. Now forming an exceptions. Words ending with e add r to the end of the word. For example, lame will be lamer. Words with one vowel and one consonant at the end, double the consonant and add er to the word. For example, big will be bigger. Third, words with more than one vowel or more than one consonant at the end, add er to the end of the word. For example, hard will be harder. Second, er, words of two syllables ending with y. This doll is prettier. Change y to the I and add er to the end of the word. Third, more, words of two syllables not ending with y. He is more charming than his friends. Insert more before the adjectives. Third, more, three syllable for words or longer. This is more powerful cable. Insert more before the adjectives. Now, when comparing two things, the word then is question between the adjective and the thing being compared. For example, apples are tastier than oranges. Second, this painting is more interesting than that painting. Now, superlative. The superlative is used to say that things or person has the most particular quality within a group or of its kind. The superlative can be formed in two ways. First, by adding est to the positive form of the adjectives. Second, by adding the word most before the adjectives. For example, this is the most beautiful dress I have ever seen. So here I have inserted most. Second, the biggest table is in the room. So est has been added. Now after that, here are the rules for choosing and forming the right form. So, the first one is add. est, word of one syllable. This is the longest book. Words by adding with e and st to the end of the word, that is larger to largest. Words with one vowel and one consonant at the end, double the consonant and add est to the end of the word. Words with more than one vowel or more than one consonant at the end, add est to the end of the word. Second, most, words of two syllables not ending with y. This is the most charming boy at school. Insert most before the adjective. Third, most, three syllable words or longer. This is the most powerful story. Insert most before the adjectives. So these are some of the rules for choosing and forming the right form of adjective. Now after that, the next one is about the positive form. The positive form is used in cases where there are no differences between the two compared things or person. To form the positive, we use the word as before and after the positive form of the adjectives. For example, Danny is as smart as Philip. She is as beautiful as her older sister. This can also be applied in a negative context to indicate that the compared objectives are not similar. For example, Danny is not as smart as Philip's, or she is not as beautiful as her older sister. So you can see now that some of the exceptions, that is the irregular form. Certain adjectives have irregular form in the comparative and superlative degrees. First, positive could be good, bad, little, much, many, some. Comparative will be better, worse, less and more. And superlative will be best, worst, least, most. You can also find many other exceptions in Google or any other reference book. These are some of the general exceptions that are always present in each and every book. Now let's discuss some of the examples of comparing adjectives. First, this house is bigger than that one. Second, this flower is more beautiful than that. Third, he is taller than Mr. Hewlett. Fourth, he is more intelligent than this boy. Fifth, Jonathan is the most handsome man on campus. Sixth, this is the prettiest dress in the window. Seventh, I lost my most beautiful shoes. Eighth, my job is worse than yours. So these are some of the examples of comparing adjectives. Now let's discuss some of the exercises that I have inserted. First, choose the comparative adjectives in each group of sentences. First, A. The answer will be shorter. Second, the answer will be nearer. Third, the answer will be uglier. And fourth will be more informative. Now, second question, which of the following sentence does not contain a comparing adjectives? So, the answer will be C. They live in the brick house on the corner. Third question, choose the sentence adjective in each group of the sentence. Guys, solve it by yourself and check the answers. Guys, be honest with your answers. First, don't see the answer. First, try to solve it. Then only you can get that whether you guys have learned or not. Now, the fourth question, which of the following sentences contains a superlative adjective? So, in the second question, she has the pinkiest cheeks I have ever seen is the example. So, do solve the exercise by yourself. Now let's discuss about compound adjectives. A compound adjective is formed when two or more adjectives are joined together to modify the same noun. These terms should be hyphenated to avoid confusion or ambiguity. For example, Diana submitted a 6-page document. Second, she adopted a 2-year-old cat. You can also look after some of the more examples. Now after that, the next topic is about compound adjective exception. Note that combining an adverb and an adjective does not create a compound adjective. No hyphen is required because it is already clear that adverb modifies the adjective rather than the substituent noun. For example, it was a terribly hot day. Second, it is an amazingly good idea. In addition, you could not place a hyphen in a compound adjectives if adjectives are capitalized, such as when they are a part of a title. Now, let's look after some of the examples of compound adjectives. First, this is a 4-foot table. Second, Daniela is a part-time worker. Third, this is an all too common error. Fourth, be aware of the green-eyed monster. Fifth, I love this brightly lit room. Sixth, Danny's dog is well behaved. As you can see in every example, there is hyphen between the adjectives. So you also have to insert the hyphen while writing the examples of compound adjectives. Now let's discuss some of the exercises that I have inserted. So, the first one is, from each group choose the sentence that contains a compound adjectives. So the answer are B, A, A. B is we would like to be a part of the decision making process. Second, A, this is a widely used procedure for finishing wood floors. Third, C, she was a well-known actress by the time she reached age 5. Second question, using hyphen in compound adjective, which sentences are correct? First, the group was full of 10-year-old schoolboys. Second, the actress is well known. Third, they enjoyed a 3-year profit streak. Question third, choose the correct compound adjectives for each sentence. First, He is a fond of dash sketch. That is answer will be 12-year-old. Next, the weather has been dash lately, terribly cold. Third, babysitting these days is like trying to manage a three-ring circus. That is C. Question next. Fill in the blanks with the best compared adjective for the situation. So, the first one is Melaline has everything she needs. She is dash. She is well cared for. The next, Louis overwhelms difficulties easily. He is dash. He is level-headed. Third, Mr. Chan likes to hear about new ideas. He is dash open-minded. So this is about the exercise. Now after that, the next topic that we guys going to cover is about the orders of adjectives. In many languages, adjectives denoting attributes usually occur in a specific order. Generally, the adjective order in English is first, quantity or number, second, quality or opinion, third, size, fourth, age, fifth, shape, sixth, color, seventh, proper adjective, often nationality, other place of origin or material, and eighth, purpose or qualifier. So this is the order of adjective in English. Now let's discuss some of the examples. First, I love that beautiful old big green antique car that always parked at the end of the street. So, quality is age, size, color, proper adjectives. Second, my sister has a big beautiful tan and white bulldog. Size, quality, color, color. Third, a wonderful old Italian coal clock. Opinion, age, origin. Fourth, a big square blue box. Dimension, shape, color. Fifth, a distinguished pink plastic ornament. Opinion, color, material. Sixth, some slim new French trouser. Dimension, age, origin. Seventh, I brought a pair of black leather shoes. Color, material. So these are some of the examples. Now after that, let's discuss the exercise that I have inserted. First question, choose the best answer for the sentence. The house is large and white. Second, they live in dash house. Large, white. Second question, which sentence uses the correct order of adjective? The answer is C. We took a ride on an old blue Chinese bus. Third question, which sentence uses the correct order of adjectives? The answer is A. I would like 3 good reasons why you don't like spinach. Next, B. I like that really big old red antique tractor in the museum. Fifth, A. My brother rode a beautiful big black Freshnia horse in the parade. Sixth, my grandmother lives in the dash house on the corner, little blue green house. Next, the store carries an assortment of dash objects. The answer is interesting, new, old and antique. C. We went for a dash 2-week cruise on a dash ocean liner. So it will be incredible, huge, brand new Italian ocean liner. So this is all about the exercise. Now the next topic is about the commonly used noun. The first one we are talking about is much or many. Rule: use much if the noun is non-countable. For example, water, sand. Use many if the noun is countable. For example, oranges, children. For example, I don't have much money. Next, they own many houses. Examples of much and many are: Philips owned many properties in France. We did not earn much profit this year. How much money have you got? Next, Sharon does not have many friends. Next, there are too many students in this class. Next, it doesn't need much milk. Next, we had too much fun. 8. I spent many days there. So this is the rules and some of the examples of much and many. Now, the next one is about a little or a few. The rule of the same is use a little for a non-accountable noun, that is jam, time. Use few if the noun is countable. For example, jars of jam, students, etc. For example, I have a coffee with a little milk. She likes a new songs by Frank Sinatra. I always enjoy a little ice cream and sugar in my coffee. Jesse has a few speeding tickets, so his insurance rate is higher than mine. We have a little extra time afternoon. Do you want to watch a movie? Have a little salsa on your eggs. It's delicious. A few coconuts fell from the tree. One of them hit Argan, causing him help. Now, after that, let's discuss about a little or a lot rule. Use a lot for an unaccountable noun. For example, jam, time. To indicate many or large numbers, use a little or unaccountable nouns to indicate a smaller number. Notice that a lot is followed by the word of like a little. For example, I don't have a lot of money. I owe him a little money. She eats a lot of marmalade each morning. I would like a little oatmeal instead of a toast. Dust the pan with a little flour so that cake doesn't stick. Kids require a lot of attention. I have only a little laundry to do. There are a lot of spare change in the last 5-gallon bucket. Now, after that, the next one is few or little rule. Little refers to the non-accountable nouns and is used with a singular form to indicate that something exists only in a small amount or to a slight degree. Few refers to a countable noun and is used with a plural form to indicate not many persons or things. For example, I have got a little money left in my account. Ben has few friends in London. Few people stop to listen to a preacher on the corner. There is little that you can do about the situation. I happen to like spiders, but few others agree with them. I have little time to waste. Although the car is old, I have few problems with it. He is so stubborn there is little use in talking to him. There are few cars in the road after midnight. There is a little chance of rain for the next few days. So this is all the examples of little and few. Now let's discuss about fewer and less rule. Less is the comparative form of little. It is used specially before unaccountable nouns. Fewer is the comparative of few. It is used before plural nouns. For example, Jeff drinks less alcohol than John. I have fewer pairs of shoes that I used to have. I missed less work this year than last. John has fewer fishing lures than Jack does. Cherry drinks less wine than she used to. Fewer than 5 children in his apartment building. We wear less clothing in hot weather. She gets a fewer workouts than she does. I tend to wear a lot less perfume on weekdays. We grew fewer squashes in our garden that we did last season. So these are the examples of fewer and less. Now let's discuss about some and any. Rule. Use some when the content is positive and any when the content is negative, as well as in most cases of questions. For example, first, I have some money. I don't have any money. I put some jam in the sandwich. I didn't put any jam in the sandwich. I would like to have some ketchup to go with our fries. We don't have any olives. I really don't want some type stocks. Do you have any wrapping paper? Let's go have some fun. I would have heard of any of these artists. Chris found some wild strawberries growing by side of the road. Do we have any jam or we all are out? So these are the examples of some and any. Now after that, let's discuss about some and many. Use some in a positive context when you don't have to specify the number or quantity. Use many with a countable noun when you have to refer a large but definite number. For that reason, some and many are not interchangeable, each meaning something different. For example, I bought some apples. I brought many apples. She made some friends in New York. She made some friends in New York. I am fortunate enough to have many good friends. Patty found some money just lying in the parking lot. How many prize pieces of pie did you eat? Sheila brought some books at a garage sale. Many types of marine life is in reef environment. I would like to buy some flowers for my mom. Now let's discuss about later and latter. Rule. Use latter when referring to time. Use later when referring to the second of two person or things mentioned previously. For example, Brenda said that she would call me later. There are two kinds of worries, those who can do something about and those who can not. Don't spend any time on the latter. Germany got later than Mary did. Of the two options offered, I prefer the latter. Let's have coffee later in the week. We have a dog and a cat. Of the two, the latter makes less noise. Carrie plans to shop for a dress later this afternoon. She had the option of skill or lace trim. She chose the latter. During daylight saving time increases. Next is about little and less. Rule. Little refers to the non-accountable form and is used with the singular form. Less is the comparative form of little. Use less in the comparative structure, especially before the unaccountable noun. For example, I have less homework to do today than I had yesterday. I have a little homework to do before I leave. It rained less month than the last month. She has little time to spare. I need to eat less butter. She has little interest in what others have to say. It takes less time to weed the garden than it used to. I have a little information to share on the matter. Mary sings less than she did in high school. The teacher says has a very little patience with those who do not study. So here adjectives end. Now let's discuss some of the exercises related to the topics that I have covered in the previous slides. On the much and many and a little and few. First, let's discuss we saw dash animals at the zoo. We saw many animals at the zoo. How many oranges did you put in the box? There isn't much sugar in my coffee. I don't have many friends. The old man hasn't got much hair on his head. I have packed bottles of the water. Many. I didn't get much sleep last night. How much fruit do you eat in an average day? Now, next is on the basis of a little versus a few. Can you please buy a few apples? We need a little water. I have a little money left. I take a few sugar in my coffee. We had a few pints of beer there. You have a little time. There are few chains in my room. Now let's discuss about some and any. Is there any milk left? There is some juice in the bottle. Do you have any coffee? I don't have some money left. Now some have left for you to solve and check the answer by your own. Now let's discuss some versus many. The child put dash sand into the bucket. Some sand. I can lend you some money if you need it. They aren't pairs left, only two. That is many. Now solve the other questions that I haven't discussed so that you can get an idea that whether you have completed this topic and is there any question left in your mind related to it or not. Now the question is on little versus less. I have a little interest in the classical music. I have a little faith in him. We need less furniture in this dance hall than in the bigger one. You have to drink less coffee. He has less money than I thought. Tonight I drank less wine than last night. She dedicated less time to her homework than her hobbies. This will take less time to finish the last time we did. Next is on the basis of little and a lot. That may cost you a lot of money. I added a little sugar to the mix. You will have to spend a lot of cash on this car. I can do it. A little help from my friend. A lot can change, really make a difference. I don't have a little of time today. He left a little. Next is on the basis of few versus little and few versus less. Their little point is calling. Few people understood what he said. There is a little use in trying to do. Now let's discuss about fewer and less. There are fewer days below freezing last night. I drank less water than she did. I have less than an hour to do this work. Now I haven't discussed all the questions because I wanted you to cover the whole topic. So do solve it on your own and check your answer and be honest with it. So this was all for the video of adjectives. I hope you like my videos. Do comment, do share it. Thank you so much everyone.